Hello and welcome to Flappity Flap Podcast with your hosts, Brandon and Sarah.
Hello.
Welcome. Long time no see. We've got something special for you today.
Long time never see.
That's true. Actually, we don't have anything that special. It's just something we came up with called What's Your Favorite Top 5 Songs?
Something we came up with thanks to Thought Sponge for commenting.
Yeah.
And you all right?
Yeah.
That was a weird chompy sound you made.
Did I? Mm-hmm. Like a zombie clack? Don't they start to do a, like an involuntary, some stories have them doing that. Like that's like the telltale symbol. I think it's like the girl with all the gifts. Excellent zombie book.
Oh, yeah.
But the movie was not quite so good. The first half of the movie was good, but the roaring.
Oh, yeah.
And like
that was
ruined
bad.
it. And then I feel like they could have done what you did with your ghost, where you like went, Rawr! And then you amplified it with something else. Like anything, like a little bit, instead of just a little girl going, Rawr! Rawr! Or whatever she was doing.
She was like all out yelling, but they couldn't have done any sort of sound manipulation to make her sound scary, because it just sounded like what it is, which is a little kid trying to sound scary.
Yeah.
Which is just not.
Yeah.
Like, add something. Add some like gross, like, what is it? Glottal?
Guttural?
Like vibration kind of, like to make it gross and
like
scary.
Like she's just eaten someone's liver or something?
I don't know. Like she's,
she has the
rotting
bloodlust.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, she was like not a hybrid, but she was like still with it. But so she wasn't like rotting. It was that one. It was like a fungus or spores or something. So it wasn't like a
That was a scary one. Mm-hmm. It was a weird, freaky movie. It was a good one though.
It was good, except it kind of fell apart with that and with some of the other stuff.
Girl with all the
gifts. I forget the author's name, but the book is really good. And it's just a good spin on a zombie classic theme. Yeah.
Your teeth clacked and then we went off.
As we do.
So yeah, thank you, Thought Sponge, for not only commenting but also subscribing to my channel and also to the podcast channel. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And then asking us for music recommendations, which is flattering that we would have some worthy of, sharing. Mm-hmm. So, Brandon has a channel. He has like animations and stuff. If you don't know that already, I mean, come on, you guys. I'm just kidding. But what are you? Are you Brandon A. McDonald? Because there's a few other dumb Brandon McDonalds.
Yeah, you can't find me.
You can't find me.
You have to really find me. You could type in like Brandon McDonald, cheese is a kind of meat, and you could probably find my channel.
It's just got him doing like a smirk with his big Texas mustache, which he doesn't have usually. But
the big walrus mustache.
Yeah.
By the way, side note.
Speaking of walrus mustaches.
Big mustaches are horrible. And they're just a pain in the ass and kind of gross.
Did you keep getting it stuck in your mouth when you were trying to eat?
I would like get sandwiches from Shelton's, in Healdsburg, and during work, and I would bite my mustache like half the time.
Gross.
Yeah, more than gross. Ouch.
No. Oh, because you're like pulling your own hairs.
It's pulling your own upper lip. Yeah.
Oh, I feel it. I feel it empathetically.
From far away, though, it has a good look, I think. I like the look of a...
You thought this was a good look? I'm just kidding.
I like the look of a walrus mustache from a distance, but when you get close, it's like, oh.
Oh, I can't click
and
on
also
your thing.
Eating
hair.
Eating anything, it's like,
it's good roughage or something, fiber.
And then if you get stuff stuck in it,
and then you smell it the rest of the day, like some pastrami or something. Fish.
Adam was, I don't know if I should say this. It's fine. So Adam was my manager at the tattoo shop when I worked in Healdsburg. And one time he accidentally like dipped his curlicue mustache into his yogurt.
Ew.
Yeah. So he had it on there, and I think my glasses at that time were all scratched up, so I couldn't see well enough to like see it and let him know.
Yeah.
And I guess he had it on his mustache like all day. And then he comes up to me and he's like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, you couldn't tell me that I had some shit in my mustache?" And
do men not look in the mirror when they go to the bathroom? Because I'm in the bathroom like 10 times a day. So he clearly either wasn't drinking enough water or he wasn't looking. I mean, that's partly why you look in the mirror, to check for bogeys, check for, broccoli in your teeth.
Or big clumps of yogurt in your mustache.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
kind of got what you deserved for not being vain enough, clearly.
My glasses were so gouged up, though, I couldn't see them.
They were.
It was
I
bad.
remember that.
Yeah. Luckily, I could see well enough to tattoo, but...
Oh, God. Good thing.
I couldn't see Adam's face.
And a big dollop of yogurt. Mm-hmm. Like, just at the end. I just picture it being, like, at the end of the curlicue.
It pretty much was. I don't know how the hell he did it.
Maybe you shouldn't have been tattooing. You just got really lucky.
No, I think it was, like, globbed in enough that maybe it just looked like a clump of wax. Because I think he used some kind of mustache
or
wax.
A clump of something else and you just didn't want to go there. I just don't want to say. And then he's like, "Oh, yeah." I don't know. I was going to go somewhere gross, but...
"Oh, yeah, I've been S&Ds in the back alley." I know. Anywho.
Yeah.
Yeah, so moving on from whatever the hell that was.
So, favorite songs.
Yeah.
Top 5?
You go.
Really?
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, this is one from my childhood in the 80s that I just have always loved. No matter how many times I listen to it, if it comes on the radio or on my playlist, I'm just instantly happy. Which is weird because it's like not really a happy song, but it's like a happy beat. And that is UB40's Red Red Wine. 1983. Oh. So I didn't know this, and I don't think I like it. It was written and performed by Neil Diamond in 1968. I will not be listening to that version because I think it would ruin... I don't know, it might enhance the UB40 version. So another guy, I don't know who Tony Tribe is. I feel like I should know who that is. Covered the song in 1969 in a reggae-influenced style, and UB40 covered the song in 1983 in a lighter reggae style. And
so it was originally Neil Diamond's song?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I know, right?
So how
Neil
do you...
Diamond?
So then they bought the song off of him? Is that how it worked?
Well, you can cover songs. I mean...
Yeah, but in order to, publish it, I think it's a little different.
Maybe back in the day, the laws were different.
Man.
Because that was the 80s.
Because I think if I were Neil Diamond, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Well, how do you know? You don't know. Maybe they paid him a buttload for that song.
That's why I'm asking.
I don't know. I didn't look into that.
Okay.
I didn't know we were interested in, who owned the rights at the moment and who did all the covers.
Fair enough.
Just thought it was weird because my ex really liked Neil Diamond, and I was like, meh. All I remember of Neil Diamond, and well, I've heard some other stuff, but the "We're Coming to America," just tacky, star-spangled glitter shirt.
Did he listen to that song when he was coming to America?
No, I don't think so. He liked some of his other stuff that I kind of understood, but I'm just like, oh, don't ruin the idea of this song with Neil Diamond.
I mean, it's not bad, but...
All right. So basically, it's about a guy taking solace in red, red wine to forget about a woman that he has presumably been dumped by, like a loser. So he drinks the red, red wine to help him forget, but then it actually makes the loss, more poignant, or not poignant. I don't know, bitter. So it kind of helps him, but then it doesn't because then he thinks about her. So it has this light, kind of happy-ish feel to it, but it is kind of a bittersweet sound, but it's not like a sad, ballad.
So his escape is a memory.
His escape is red wine.
His escape, which is alcohol, wine,
yeah,
is also a memory. So it's
I think it triggers the memories.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, I have the right to direct you if I feel that you're misinterpreting this song, because I have loved this song since 1983
let's stop bickering.
when I was 4 years old and I heard it on the radio. I just love it. I never get tired of it. What's your song, Brandon?
My song? My one song?
What's your first song? You putz?
I really like... So I told Thought Sponge that I really like the Ulfulz. Mm-hmm. So I think they're probably my top band. But
You're going to give a little background on them?
Yeah, I could.
I mean, just they're Japanese, right?
Mm-hmm. They're from Osaka.
Mm-hmm. And what is it about people in Osaka? Because I found this interesting, that the difference culturally.
Yeah, a lot of like comedians are from Osaka.
Maybe people who are a little more liberal, or like
people who are a little more, I guess, loud,
flamboyant, gregarious, ostentatious.
Maybe more, I don't know,
like rock star type people. Maybe
kind of. I guess kind of like the Texas of here. I don't really know. They have, yeah. But anyway.
Party people?
I don't know about party people. But the lead singer of the Ulfulz has a really strong stage presence, which I haven't really noticed with a lot of other Japanese bands. And he looks up to a lot of American artists. Mm-hmm. Like Sam Cooke and what's his face from the Rolling Stones? Gosh,
Mick Jagger?
Mick Jagger, yeah.
Yeah, they do a great cover of what's the one I love?
He actually interviewed Mick Jagger.
Oh, cool.
Mick Jagger. Yeah.
What's the song that don't know much about history?
Don't know much about science books.
Don't know much about the French I took. But what is it called?
What a Wonderful World. That's what it's called.
Is it? Oh yeah,
Wonderful World.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's great. He does have a really great voice.
And that's a Sam Cooke song, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you showed me that version, and then I think you sang a little bit to me when you used to speak some Japanese to me. Very rarely. And you sang one of the lines. Don't suppose you'd want to repeat that for the people.
That's okay.
You could
it's
just
a really
say
nice
it.
song,
you could
though.
just recite the line.
Shut up. I would definitely look it up. I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah. We'll put a link, because I always have a hard time finding that song on YouTube. Like, I spell it wrong or something.
Yeah, I don't know. You might not even be able to find it anymore, because they've started making them unavailable in our country for some reason.
Oh, well, I just looked it up recently, because remember then we got into the whole Sam Cooke and how he died, and how do you spell them? Spell it?
Oh, the crazy controversy of his death.
Yeah. We'll save that for another episode, unless you want.
That would be interesting to get into right now if you remember any of the details.
Well, I just feel like that's not the topic of.
Okay, fine.
I'm sorry.
No, we'll talk about that.
I think you could research that. You could look into that.
Me or the listener?
You.
Okay.
If you wanted to.
Okay.
How do you? Okay,
Maybe
never
do
mind.
all the work.
Never mind. I'll do it.
I'm just kidding.
How do you spell their name?
The Ulfulz, the Ulfulz, and I guess it's like a weird mistranslation of soulful.
Yeah, I think it's this one, isn't it? I probably shouldn't play it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe I'll play it just for a second. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, it's real nice.
It's very nice. Yeah, I didn't put that on here, but I knew you were probably gonna talk about them, so I didn't put it on my list.
Yeah, I think all their songs.
But that
real
wasn't even
nice.
your song. You were just bringing them up. Is that your favorite? One of your top fives?
Oh, I don't really know.
It's not on your list.
I think I like all of their songs. No, I just wrote the Ulfulz.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So should I go or?
Yeah. You go.
Okay.
You go now.
You go, girl. Okay, I j'adore Van Morrison's Into the Mystic. That's another one where I just, anytime I hear it, I'm cranking it. I'm never sick of it.
I can't think of what that is.
Well, I could play it for you, but we'd be copyright struck or something.
Okay.
I could Yeah, I don't
No,
even
just get into it because other people probably know.
Yeah, maybe. So it is just very, I don't know if it's like people were kind of struggling to kind of define what it's about. It's kind of talking about the shipyards of Belfast, I think, but also it's very ethereal or just like mystical and, talking about gypsy stuff. But, at first I thought maybe sailing into the mystic was like dying, but I think it's just very like there's just a spiritual aspect and it's not necessarily defined. I don't know, maybe Van Morrison talks about it, but sometimes I want to know the meaning of a song and sometimes I don't, because I've kind of made my own feel, because in my mind it's a little bit like romantic, because he's talking about I want to rock your gypsy soul just like way back in the days of old, like just maybe wanting to get back to a simpler time with his love. I don't know if that's true, but that's kind of what I made it.
Sounds like a bunch of hippies.
Yeah, they are fucking long-haired, fucking patchouli-wearing hippies. But that employs an instrument that I don't normally appreciate, which is the saxophone.
Oh, goodness.
But it's very minimal and kind of like just is sort of used to kind of emulate a foghorn. And it's just
weird.
I'll play it for you after this, and we'll link it. Well, I think we'll link all these because we have to.
It's kind of strange how the saxophone has not aged well beyond like the 90s or 80s.
Mm-hmm. Maybe just you're not listening to music that uses it well. That's not very dated, because we don't listen to the type of music that uses a saxophone. But like
It's in jazz.
In this, I think it would have. And maybe the first time I heard this song, I was like, ew. And then I was like, oh, actually, it gives it like a tiny bit of a jazzy feel in that moment, but it's really more like a ship kind of, or, is it are foghorns on ships, or are they're like on land to warn the ships? I don't know. It gives it that kind of, so you have like this sea, you kind of picturing seagulls and hearing the squawk of seagulls and the ocean spray and just like, like you just want to be a gypsy, or standing on a oceanside cliff or something.
A shipsy.
Feeling the sea spray. A shipsy. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. So one thing I did see is that it uses homophones, not homophobes, which I didn't know this word for them. It's a word that's pronounced the same, but it means something different. So like two words that are pronounced the same. So
homophone?
Homophone or homophone? I said, I don't know. So rose as in the flower and rose as in the past tense of rise. Or they can be spelled differently but pronounced the same, like rain, precipitation. Rain as in the reign of a king or queen, and rain like horses' reins. So that's a homophone. Why's my voice keep breaking? I guess I'm getting very emotional. Anyway, it's a great song, and I don't always like Van Morrison. Like, I hate the Moondance song. Hate it.
Are you gonna be okay?
I like Brown Eyed Girl a lot because I am a Brown Eyed Girl.
I don't know that I've heard any Van Morrison. I mean, I'm sure I have.
I'm sure you've heard. You, my brown eyed girl.
Oh.
Do you remember when?
Yeah.
But this song is way better. That song is like fun and like also nostalgic and remembering a lost or a young love or something. But this song is like, I don't know. It gets to my core. It gets to my soul.
It speaks to you.
It speaks to me. And I don't answer back because I don't know what to say. But I like it. No, it's really good. I think you'll like it.
Cool.
Give it, have an open mind even when you hear the little saxophone.
Okay.
Would you do that for me?
I will.
All right.
I will.
Okay. Shoot. Your turn.
Oh, my turn. There is a song that Peter Gabriel does called I Grieve.
Oh, that sounds perky.
Peter Gabriel from Genesis. Also from Peter Gabriel.
Also from his mom and dad.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Also from his papa's Cajones and his mama's Vajayjay.
Beautiful. The miracle of life.
Yeah, it's called I Grieve. And it is, I don't know, it's a very emotional feeling song, obviously, because it's about grieving.
Is it sad the way you would expect? Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I'm wondering if I didn't actually look into any of it, but I'm wondering if it's about someone who passed away in his life that he was really close to. Mm-hmm. And that is it's the only song that I think I've ever heard that has made me cry.
Really?
Not like blubbering crying, but like...
I don't think you'd allow yourself to blubber cry. The closest we got was, what did we watching what's that Disney Pixar? The one about Day of the Dead?
Oh yeah, Coco?
Yeah.
That was a pretty good one.
I feel like we were both like looking away like, got something in my eye.
Don't look at me. Uh-huh. Don't you look at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'll have to listen to that, because a song that brings you to tears, damn.
It's a very nice song, and his, you know... Do
you want me to look up the meaning?
His voice is just really nice.
Or do you not want to know?
Yeah, you could look it up.
Oh, it's used in City of Angels. That might ruin it for you.
With Nick Cage. No, I saw that already.
Oh, okay.
Nick Cage is supposed to be in another movie coming up, I think.
Is he? And
they're making another Mario movie. I forgot about that.
Way to ruin the profundity of the Peter Gabriel song. No, I know what grieve means, you stupid
Google. Give us the answers, Google.
He found one major missing tool to be the one to cope with death, and therefore I Grieve was born. Oh, he performed it on Larry King weekend on the first anniversary of the September 11th attacks in the U.S., during which he said his 2 daughters were living in New York City and he could not contact them for some time, and that this song was for people who did not hear anything from their relatives then. It was not, however, written specifically for 9/11, having appeared in an earlier version on the City of Angels soundtrack in 1998.
It's a really emotional song.
Okay.
And it's good.
I'll have to listen.
Yeah. Sorry I don't know any details about it.
Yeah, it's pretty disappointing. So a lot of my songs are like from the 90s, like the ones I was thinking of. Really, when music was really like influencing or very tied in with your, you know, peaks and troughs of adolescent emotion. And anyway, sorry. So U2 was huge, obviously, for years, but especially in the 90s, I mean, huge, you know. Yeah. And Mysterious Ways was, and still, but I think I finally burnt myself out a little on it. I just fucking love that song so much. And I kind of put this on a twofer with the song One, also by U2, because I just, like, especially I think when I was, like, in college at Davis and I was, you know, more independent and, like, driving at night, you know, between, like, Sacramento and Davis, or, like, driving to my aunt and uncle's house who lived about 40 minutes away, and, like, nighttime driving and then hearing your favorite song, or dusk time driving is, like, my favorite time, like, in the spring or summer to drive. And then your fucking favorite song comes on, and just, you know, life is good. It's just an awesome time. Mm-hmm. And so, like, U2 would come on, and they had some really good radio stations in Sacramento, and a lot of the bands that were kind of coming out of there around the time were Sacramento. You know, I think Papa Roach. And Papa Roach is from Sacramento? Deftones. I think so. Maybe, I'm not totally sure, but it was just like a good music scene. Papa Roach. And, but anyway, so I really love Mysterious Ways, and I was just reading that it started as an improvisation called Sick Puppy, which is weird, and the band only liked the bass part that the bassist composed, and they were struggling to build a song from it. And I think they were, so Bono and the producer Daniel Lanois were arguing intensely during a songwriting session, and then they had a breakthrough. Sounds like The Edge had a lot of breakthroughs for them. He was experimenting with the Korg A3 effects unit. I have no idea what that is, but the song just has like... Korg. I believe Korg makes like synthesizers and stuff. That sounds about right. I don't know. but he did something cool and they suddenly liked it.
That's neat.
Yeah, so it's definitely got a great song, and like the video was kind of cool and like exotic. And then I found out that a belly dancer who either was in the video or who performed it with them on stage then ultimately married the Edge, who he wasn't the bassist, right? Was he like the lead guitar guy? The one who always wears the hat.
The Edge is a person?
Yeah. It's kind of, yeah. I always remember, is it Joan Crawford? What's her name?
Edge.
Is she the fashion one? Joan Rivers? Joan Rivers.
Oh, yeah.
And her daughter, you know, they were like a pair together, and they just like were ripping him because he just always wore like these fucking beanies or whatever, and he might still. But anyway, yeah, that's his name. But he married the belly dance. And I was just like, all that kind of coming together, and just how kind of, it was a rock song, but kind of like exotic. And I think they filmed it like in Morocco or something, the video. Oh. And then the one song called One, O-N-E. Let's see, that came out, I don't know. I guess it was on the Achtung, or how you say it, baby. And
what? Achtung, baby?
I think it means attention, like in German. I don't know. They said that it was heavily influenced by the reunification of Germany. Oh. I don't know how. I don't really understand. But I think a lot of these, like the videos, were very impactful for me.
Like breaking down the Berlin Wall, like that time.
Yeah. Because was that in like 90 or 89? And then
just makes me think of Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
Isn't U2 Irish?
Yeah. But I think they're very political.
Huh.
Very political. Definitely about Irish stuff, but yeah. So I think 90 was when the Soviet Union fell apart or broke up or whatever. They broke up. So they were having tensions in the band. The band almost broke up. Speaking of breaking up, until they broke through with the improvisation of this song, and then they were inspired by the chord progression that, again, the Edge came through for everyone, and brought it all together. And then so it was inspired by their tense relationship within the band and German reunification. I'm not really sure. I just think of it as, the way I took it was a dysfunctional type of relationship, and he's trying to get through to her or whoever, like, what do you want from me? I just want to love you. You make me crawl. Just, I don't know, like trying to get this dysfunctional, conflictual relationship back to the simple things. That's how I took it. Could be totally wrong, because clearly they're talking about like Berlin and the band. But anyway, that's my meaning. So those kind of are like, that's like a twofer. I'm cheating a little bit. Two on a one.
I don't think that's cheating. I mean, it's the same band. So
it's not really cheating when I make the rules, because I'm
making the rules.
Yeah. What do you got?
Nothing.
That's
really.
A good song. Really? Okay. 5. 5 is not a lot to ask.
I mean, it's just back. So the thing about music songs with me,
music songs,
is I don't ever really look into the details of them. I don't ever know if I care. I mean, I
just come right out and say I don't care. I don't know if I care. I don't really know if I give a shit.
I care, but you know how some people are like, yeah, the lore, which is totally fine. Mm-hmm. But I'm just not one of those people that is like, yeah, get me into the details. Because I hear a song and I like it, and I like I like connect with it emotionally.
Like however you're
on a sound
interpreting
level.
It.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't even really listen to the lyrics. I mean, a lot of the time it's usually just the feeling of it and how it's done.
Yeah. I had a piano / voice teacher who told me once that the lyrics are what make the song. And I was young, and she was kind of an authority figure, and I didn't feel like I could overtly disagree with her, but I strongly disagreed with her because I thought The lyrics are very interesting, and I want to know what went into... Sometimes I want to know, is what I'm feeling how they felt, the band or the artist, what inspired them? And sometimes it ruins it for me, because when I find out, it's like, oh, that's totally different than how I took it. But I have this burning need to know. But I definitely think that the music is the primary, because you could have great lyrics, and if the music is shit, I don't care. Mm-hmm. Like, I might be interested in a little bit of the backstory, but I don't want to listen to it. Mm-hmm. What makes it palatable or pleasant or pleasurable is the music.
Well, I think it depends on who you are. It depends on how your brain is wired. And if you like, you know, if when you're listening to a song, if that's what you home in on, mm-hmm. you know, if you home in onto the lyrics and what they're saying, then yeah, you're going to care more about that. But if you just care about the instrumental mm-hmm. and how the vocalist is using their tool, their voice, then, you know, you're not really going to care as much about what they're saying.
Yeah. I feel like the lyrics can amplify a song to a higher level, or like, you know, they're greater than the sum of their parts kind of thing.
Yeah.
But if the music is not good, I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, I basically don't care. Because the music is what kind of conveys the message, you know. But I do want to know, you know, like what, or I don't really understand what this song is, and I really love the music, but because I haven't, maybe especially when I haven't made a meaning for myself, I want to know what's behind it. And I like to hear like some of the drama, like, oh, the band was fighting, so they, mm-hmm. you know, came up with this song that maybe like got them through that. Oh, weird. I would never have guessed that it was inspired by German reunification. How odd. Mm-hmm. You know, even though the title of the album now makes sense, you know, I'm sure I'm not pronouncing it right. So I'm, you know, Achtung or whatever. Achtung? I don't know. Baby? Yeah.
Achtung, baby?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but that just makes it more interesting, but really it was the song. And then I think the video, again, in the same way, amplifies the song even more. So I think like in that one, I think Bono is like, not cross-dressed, but he's wearing like makeup, like a lot of makeup, and maybe the other band, and they're all sitting on a couch. So that tension is clearly coming through of like what was going on with the band, but if you didn't have that, you didn't know.
Yeah.
And then just like, oh wow, this is so edgy. You know, they're wearing like women's makeup or whatever. Or they're
but
just
it was the
very
80s, right?
90s, early 90s, yeah.
It was totally a thing in the 80s, 90s to do that.
But it wasn't like Boy George, like super colorful kind of. But I think it was actually a black and white video.
With the blue lines on his head, on his bald little...
What?
Yeah.
Boy George?
Yeah.
I thought he had like long like dreadlocks or long hair or something.
Dreadlocks?
Are you thinking of a different... I feel like we've had this confusion with Boy George before.
Boy George, I think, had a look.
He had blue lines?
In like the 90s or something, where he had a shaved cue ball, baldy locks of a head. Oh. And he drew like blue lines on his head.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, I just remember, I just think of this Boy George, with the hat and whatever is going on. Are those dreadlocks or just braids?
Oh, crazy.
Is it this? Does he have that? Oh no, that's like peace. I don't know what that is.
Does he have a tattoo on the side of his head?
I don't know. I can't tell what's makeup and what's like tattoos. Weird.
He's got a crazy look to him.
I'm not seeing the blue lines, but
Mr. T?
Where?
Huh. On the left.
Oh yeah.
Hanging out with Mr. T.
Well, they were both like 80s icons, right?
I pity the fool who don't draw blue lines on his head.
I read a thing that someone posted about Mr. T and why he came up with that name, because his like dad and his grandpa would always be called son or boy, and he made that so that no matter what, every time someone addressed him, the first words out of their mouth would be Mr. And I was like, oh damn, if that's true, that's really cool. I will make you respect me.
Everyone addressed him as his parents as Mr. or as son or boy?
Because they're black.
Man.
You know? Yeah. It's like a thing. I didn't know that because I was watching Oh Brother, Where Art Thou with a friend, and they pick up the guy who plays the guitar who said he sold his soul to the devil to play. And he's like, "Oh, son, for that you sold your ever-loving soul." And I laughed. And my friend was like, "He's calling him that because he's black." And I was like, "Oh, I thought he was just calling him that because he was young." I felt like an idiot.
Yeesh.
I kind of wasn't aware that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yeah,
so,
I didn't know that was a thing either. I'd heard that calling someone boy was, but I didn't know son was. Because I know that can also be a term of endearment.
Yeah.
So it's
But I guess if you're calling someone that who's maybe your age or an adult, it's pretty like
or if you're talking down to them.
Yeah.
If you're very obviously talking down to someone. Wow.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know.
Always learning.
I didn't know they had that in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Mm-hmm. Well, it was very much like
the South.
Slave or post-slave, but still, yeah, I don't think it was
Old Westy.
Yeah, what do you call that? Like still racism. I mean, they had the KKK scene. The color guard is colored.
Yeah, was it like 1900s? Is that when that was supposed to be?
Well, it's Great Depression, I guess. So Dust Bowl kind of time. 29 was the stock market crash, right? So 30s, maybe, but still very much, obviously, not segregation, but like, you know, just, yeah, probably segregation. I don't even know if there was enough education for black people or working for them to be segregated, but working on the chain gangs and all that, you know, they did a really good job with that, I thought. Anyway, that's a soundtrack.
With the movie?
Yeah.
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 But, when they
not
go
with the real life.
No, gosh, no.
They did a good job with that in real life.
What do you take me for?
I don't know.
Don't. What's your? Is it my turn or your turn?
You go.
Well, okay. Speaking of, back to the Sacramento scene, Deftones was big, and I had a roommate. I probably had never heard of them or would never have heard of them, but my roommate was really into them and knew them kind of. And so they were really big. So I unwillingly probably heard a lot of Deftones at full blast in our dorm room and apartment and all that.
How annoying.
But they did have some really great stuff. And she was really into the earlier stuff, I think, before they got big and like popular and kind of mainstream. But I really liked some of their stuff, like on the White Pony album. And I forget what the album is that this song is on, but it's Minerva, which is just, I don't know. It's got kind of this weird, not upbeat, the rhythm or the beat or whatever. What do you call that? Time signature is not fast. Tempo. Thank you. Is not fast, but it's like minor, or it's major, but it sounds minor. I'll have to play it for you. You'll probably hate it because you don't like a lot of the music I like, except for, that's why I didn't put Pink Floyd on here. But anyway.
Well, come on now.
So, an uplifting alternative metal sound, which has also been described, or the song has also been described as shoegaze, which I have never heard of.
What the hell? Metal sound is in like the music genre metal?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, metal is so kind of broad. You know what I mean? Let's see.
But like the genre, not like metal sound is in like clanking metal.
Scraping? No. No.
Okay.
Let's see. Sometimes conflated with dream pop. Okay. A subgenre of indie and alternative rock that emerged in the United Kingdom in the late 1980s. Characterized by ethereal mixture of obscured vocals, guitar distortion, and effects feedback in overwhelming volume. Whatever all that means.
Music characterization is ridiculous.
Is it?
Yeah. Can I just say that?
Oh, yeah. You go for it.
Holy crap.
I was trying to look to see if they had other, like, give me some examples, you bitch.
Because I used to listen to a lot of metal, too. Mm-hmm. Like black metal, like melodic black metal. And I mean, there's just so many crazy genres out there.
I don't know. I don't recognize any of these.
Origins and precursors.
Anyway, sorry, I was just so let's see. The music video was it was filmed near the Salton Sea in Southern California in 2003 during a sandstorm. The filming process was fraught with problems as the sand was understandably causing problems with the recording equipment and the lighting setup. It took 22 hours to complete.
Oh, gosh.
Abe Cunningham, I'm not sure who that is, but he said the shoot sucked. And Chi Chang called it terrible, but conceding it's a trippy video. I actually like it a lot.
And how long is the song? Like 5 minutes?
Probably. Probably less. Probably more like 3.
22 hours to get 5 or however many minutes of video.
I mean, think about all the money. This was 2003? Was it really 2003? Man, I feel old. I feel so old. So that guy, Chi Chang, I just happened to look him up because I was like, I don't remember his name. But he passed away in 2008. He was involved in a serious car crash in Monterey. He was in a comatose state, I don't know for how long, when he died of cardiac arrest in April 2013. So,
holy shit, he was in a coma for 5 years?
No.
Wait. Yeah, 5 years.
Oh, God.
Holy crap.
Oh, that's awful. What is semi-comatose state? So you're not in a coma? You're semi...
I mean, I can't think of a nicer way to say it, but vegetable?
That's what, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
But isn't that just a...
No, semi-comatose
I
is
didn't
like
even make that connection.
I think maybe you're conscious, but not.
Or
like your eyes are open. Eyes are
open, yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Better just to die.
What a nightmare.
Right? For your family and yourself. Oh, my gosh.
Poor guy.
That's pretty awful. Yeah. So I just thought of my old roommate because she was, kind of like super fan of these guys. But I just love the song, and it also feels very ethereal, kind of like Into the Mystic, but different, obviously, because it's a metal genre, and it seems like it's maybe paying tribute to a female sort of energy. That's how I take it again. But I don't really understand what he's talking about with the numb unless it's kind of just like a different state, maybe like a meditative state. But numb is an interesting word to use because it usually makes you think of like drugs or alcohol or something kind of negative, being medicated, not like, I just feel nice. I wouldn't describe that as numb. So no. I don't know what that's all about, but I really, really, really like it.
No, you're usually like present when you're feeling nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, numb can also be good, especially if it's followed by extreme pain.
If it's followed, if it's following extreme pain.
Did I say followed by?
Followed by. Numb is good, especially if it's followed by
extreme pain. Hey, that can also be true.
Pain.
That can also be true because then you really like the numb.
Okay.
I got a way to make me right.
Good job.
Okay, what's yours? You go.
Ween has a really cool song.
Is that the one you were playing?
Yeah, it was.
Which one is that?
Happy Colored Marbles.
Oh.
It starts out kind of slow, but it has a fun melody, I guess it would be, where they're singing about happy colored marbles. Is that like a euphemism for like pills or something? That's what I was thinking. But I looked up the song meaning, and somebody was saying it's about like antidepressants, and then somebody else commented saying like, dude, bro, I can't believe you would ever think that that's what this means. And he came out with his like 5-paragraph meaning of what the song is. Oh my God, I hate people sometimes. Like, I mean, I think it's kind of abstract. So I think a lot of Ween songs are pretty abstract. But do you think the person saying that like had grounds for thinking that he was so right and the other guy was so obviously wrong? I don't really know. My eyes started idiots going blurry. I hate people. Dude. No, you don't. Actually, this song is clearly about the juxtaposition of
So what was his theory? Five paragraphs later,
I just couldn't.
He lost you at
I just
sentence
couldn't.
one.
Once I saw arguments about the meaning, I was like, oh God, here we go.
Yeah, unless Ween has come out categorically and said, dude, brah, actually, then just shut up.
I mean,
just shut your goddamn mouth.
Maybe the guy had evidence. I don't fucking know.
Evidence?
Huh. Evidence of...
Interesting. Exhibit A, Your Honor.
Evidence from, Dean and Jean Ween.
Is that their name?
Not their real names.
Oh. Fake names? Stage names?
Stage names, yeah.
I kind of thought you just came up with that.
They might.
You just spat it out.
Their names might actually be Dean and Jean. Is it Dean and Jean?
And that's why they came up with Ween?
I don't remember. But they're not related.
Let's just collate our evidence here. They're not related? I don't know whether that's better or worse. Childhood friends Aaron Freeman and Mickey Melchiano.
So I'm completely wrong. But they go by
respective stage names, Jean and Dean Ween.
Yeah, Jean and Dean Ween.
That's beautiful. That's great.
They have a bunch of really cool songs.
Ramones inspired pseudonyms.
Huh. The first time I ever heard them was probably from my friend Emmanuel showed me them.
Oh.
But then I watched the SpongeBob movie and they do the Ocean Man song at the end.
Not the Bananas and Blow?
They do Bananas and Blow, but they didn't have that on SpongeBob. It's a little
well, that would have been great.
Yeah. But
blow doesn't mean what you think it means. It means blowing bubbles.
Oh, bubble blowing babies.
Bubble bass.
You bubble blowing babies. Don't think we don't know how to weed them out. But yeah, so they do Ocean Man, which is a super cool song. And once I heard that, I was like, I gotta check those guys out a little more.
So what's your favorite song? What was the one you said?
Happy Colored Marbles.
Do you think that's your favorite? There's a lot.
There's a lot that I like, but that's one of my favorites for
What's
sure.
What's the one where they're talking about the girl they like, but she's obviously like cheating or...
Oh gosh. Yeah, the video of them like singing about her.
It's very 80s, right? Like they're wearing like pastel shirts. But it's not made in the 80s, is it?
No, well...
They formed in 1984.
Yeah.
But it felt like maybe it was deliberately...
I think it was 90s.
Dang it. What is that song?
I don't remember. Let me look. If you want to talk about your next one, I'll look.
I feel like it's not going to be the same because you're not going to be paying attention. Baby bitch.
That might be it.
No. Oh, yeah. And the Ween... What's the Ween song that... where we got the name from? Flappity Flap.
Oh yeah.
What's that one? Which that one?
Gosh, I can't remember.
All right, you're useless. I'm just kidding.
I kind of am. Fucking hell, my memory is just not good.
Exactly where I'm at?
Yeah.
You don't even know. You're just saying yeah.
No, because it rhymes with.
Your lips are like two flaps of fat. They go front and back and flappity flappity flap.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're like one of those cool bands that gets their name from another band's lyrics. So that song, what did I say? Exactly where I'm at. I don't remember how it goes, but I thought that was good. That was cool. That means we're in the cool kids club.
I'm not seeing the video.
Okay.
So
did you Google like Ween 80s video?
No.
Oh man, I just remember the weird dream I had.
Oh, it might be Even If You Don't.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Even If You Don't.
What? I love you, even if you don't.
Oh, yeah.
You've got your knife up to my throat. What do you want to see with me? Right?
Why do you want to see me bleed?
Well, it also says, what do you want to see with me?
Oh, really?
Oh, maybe this is wrong. Sometimes the lyrics are wrong. Is it my turn? I feel like I just went. Okay, another song that I never, ever, ever get tired of. That is from, like, my high school years. Like, I think when I was a freshman. And that is Cranberries' Linger. And...
they certainly do.
They don't, because she died.
Oh.
Yeah. So, Irish alternative rock band. I feel like that year, I think Linger was like one of the early, or like maybe on the earliest album. And Zombie, of course, was so huge and overplayed.
Linger is a song I always refer to farts with.
Yeah. Thank you for ruining that for me. It's just got great like violins, or maybe there's cello in there too. Just a beautiful, like I don't know if you'd call it a ballad, and it is, you know, talking about kind of like either unrequited love or you know, having a breakup or something. And I guess it was inspired by Dolores, oh gosh, sorry, I just lost her name. O'Riordan.
You can just say it once.
Dolores. I didn't know if I was fucking pronouncing it right, you bish. That it was inspired by, was turned into a song of regret based on an experience with a 17-year-old soldier she once fell in love with. But then I think she said in another place, it said like it was her first kiss or something. And I don't know. I think if you're young and you have like a first kiss or a first physical or maybe even sexual encounter and you've never had one before, you get attached very easily.
Well, it's like first usually means you haven't had one before.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a stronger attachment than like later, where you kind of come to recognize, okay, I'm just making out with someone, but I'm not in love with them. Or I just had sex with someone, but I'm not in love with them. Mm-hmm. But like your first is like...
As we often do.
I know you do, you freaking slut. What? What
are you talking about?
It's a joke.
Fucking punk
It's
ass.
clearly a joke.
Such a punk ass.
I like how you had to lean forward into the microphone every time you want to make sure something is on the record.
Such a punk ass. Having to deal with you.
So it was released on their debut studio album. Everybody else is doing it, so why can't we? I mean, is that about sex? I don't know. Seems obvious, but... And that was in 1993. She just has like a beautiful little lilting, not little, but a beautiful kind of lilting voice. And they said she really kind of sang it in the Irish brogue, which I guess brogue is used to describe Irish. I thought it was just for Scottish.
She didn't do what all people in the UK do and turn into Americans when they sing.
No, I guess she wanted to be very clear she was Irish.
What's that all about, by the way?
They just want to be us. You know, everyone just wants to be us. Maybe
they don't act like it the rest of the time.
Well, maybe it's because like they just wanted to break into the American market. Like maybe at the time.
That could be.
Because like the British invasion or whatever in the 80s, I mean, I think a lot of people didn't know bands were British until they like looked into it or something, or if they would like talk in interviews or something.
Well, U2, I mean, I didn't realize they were Irish until I like looked into it. Or until I maybe heard in a live thing him speaking to the audience. You just thought
Sunday Bloody Sunday was Sunday because everyone hates Sunday because it's before Monday where you go back to work?
I don't know.
Because that's like a, it's like a massacre? Sunday Bloody Sunday?
A massacre in Ireland?
Yeah.
I didn't know about it.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't laughing to like, never mind. Moving on. Anyway, so I remember when she passed away. She died. Some people don't like euphemisms.
Didn't she pass away recently?
It was fairly recently, but January 2018. But they didn't say her cause of death, I feel like, for a long time, or maybe it was kind of not in the public eye when they did finally come out with it. Because I just thought she had like a heart attack or something. But it said she died by drowning due to alcohol intoxication.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, pretty awful. I mean, I don't know what was going on in her life, but obviously they had a lot of good songs. She had a beautiful voice. It's very sad, and it's especially sad, I think, when it's like something that's very nostalgic for you, and like a lot of the band members or kind of high profile, musicians like Chris Cornell and I forget the guy's name, Chester, the guy from Linkin Park. I'm really bad on the spot with last names, but
Linkin Park main, the vocalist?
Chester, I keep wanting to say Chester Copperpot. What the hell? That is not his name.
The Penguin?
Yeah, that is not his name. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to... Chester Bennington? That's not it, is it?
That doesn't sound familiar.
How do you spell Linkin Park?
Linkin.
Chester Linkin Park.
Chester
that
Bennington.
was his name. I did not remember that being his last name. Just, I don't know, like bands that they just like were very important and very tied to memories from when you were like a teenager or in college. Like,
music hits a certain spot that other art forms don't hit.
yeah. Yeah, I remember having a breakup in like the 7th grade and listening to George Michael's Faith album. I think it was Faith. Over and over and over. And like songs that didn't make it on the radio, you know. And just then when I would go back and hear them, I was like, I can't listen to this. This is so tied to that thing.
Yeah.
And it was like, damn, you know. And even more recently, sometimes I'm like, that was a hard time. You know, so some songs, like, I've tried to kind of shift. Okay, this was a song I really liked when me and my ex were together, but I've actually, like, moved it into our relationship because I think we both liked the songs and, like, have just tried to, you know, tried to make it about our relationship and re-inject some positivity into it because they're, like, good songs, you know?
Yeah.
So, anyway. Yeah, I love that song. I was very sad to hear that she died. And, you know, it just kind of sucks that these people's deaths are in the public eye. So people want to know what happened because I guess you think maybe that helps you grieve, or maybe in a sad way, it lets you think of them as like an innocent or like someone who was the object of their own demise. You know,
yeah. I know
like,
what you mean.
Like, it was their fault.
I think they know
like,
what you mean too.
You know, so I could kind of see why you wouldn't want to release that.
Like, who is that? Is that Bruce Springsteen who's been drunk driving? Mm-hmm. He got pulled over by a cop and was drunk, and the cop like let him go.
Yeah, and they said there are rumors that it's been going on for years.
That is such bullshit.
Yeah,
he's gonna kill somebody one of these days,
but we're not comparing that to her death.
No.
Clear. Okay.
No, that's awful. Drowning. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you just hope that it was like. Well, the sad thing is, you think, you know, that sucks because if someone had only been there, you know, to help her.
Yeah.
But
was she
also
on a boat
then,
or what?
I don't know.
At a pool?
I didn't like look into it more because I was like, okay, we're just talking about the songs, and I don't want to be like a gossip mongering. But I do want to know. Like, I don't know.
I think it's just curiosity.
Yeah.
It's like when any famous person passes away, you're like, how did they die? Mm-hmm. Like, what the hell?
What the hell happened? I think in a way it's like you're reasoning in your head, how could it have been prevented? You know, kind of like the suicides. It's like, man, there's so much help out there.
Also, the younger they are, the more curious I think I am, at least. Yeah. To be like, what the fuck happened? You had so much
life potentially ahead of you.
Yeah, you were so young. It's like the Black Panthers actor that died from freaking stomach cancer or intestinal cancer at like, how young was he? Yeah. He was like 30 or something, right?
Cancer? Yeah.
I mean, it's terrible. Sorry, let's get off of this subject.
Yeah. Anyway, do you have any more?
No, I think that's about it.
Okay. Well, I just had some honorable mentions, and I almost forgot one.
Do it.
Speaking of drownings, Jeff Buckley, who I only looked into because I don't remember why, but he was compared to like the lead singer of Muse, like in just his kind of vocal style.
Oh, they're a really nice band.
Yeah. Well, I think you've probably heard me play the Jeff Buckley song. It's my favorite of his, Lover, You Should Have Come Over. And it's like, it starts out kind of like, what is it? Like is it a harmonica? Is it an accordion? What the hell is it? I don't know. And I don't really like it that much, but then it like moves into this
a hurdy-gurdy
kind of acoustic guitar strumming. And it's just a beautiful, sad song about kind of fucking up a relationship, realizing wanting that person back so strongly, so much you can taste it. You're just anguished and aching for them, and you've blown it. Like they're just not coming back. And it's a really sad song. He also drowned. I think he had an accidental drowning death. And it was very sad. And it just was like, man, this young guy, so talented. I love his voice. And, you know, maybe it's not for everyone, but so I just love that song even more for that, because it's just so not even sweet, bittersweet, bitter.
Drinking and water sports don't mix.
I don't know if he was drinking. I don't remember. I mean, people, if they're like, I feel like he was maybe swimming in a river. And, you know, people out here all the time.
Oh, yeah.
They're not even drinking and they just get pulled under by some kind of little current. So, anyway, I love that song, Lover, You Should Have Come Over. I love, love, love John Mellencamp's Cherry Bomb. Because it's just very nostalgic, and the whole song is about nostalgia and reminiscing.
All I can think of is that female band's song, Cherry Bomb.
Cherry Bomb. Oh, Joan Jett or the Runaways? Is it the Runaways? I think it might be Joan Jett.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, because they played on The Boys.
Cherry Bomb.
No. John Mellencamp. His song's good. I don't know if you like it. Good harmonica. Radiohead, No Surprises. And that video is really cool too, because he's basically got like an astronaut helmet and it's filling with water. And then he has to, and I watched the making of it and how frustrated he was trying to like hold his breath, and then he was getting stressed, so he kept like not being able to hold it, and then they'd have to redo, I think, it all, because I assume it's one take. But the song is super depressing, but the lyrics are beautiful. It's a beautiful song. I like Coldplay, The Scientist. Again, that is an awesome video because it's backwards.
Is that the one playing backwards? Yeah.
I do. Where
like he gets off the mattress.
Yeah. And then the car crash and everything. And that's a cool video. I love his voice.
They have a lot of cool videos. There's one where like it's just really artistic, and they have like everything is weirdly scaled, where they're like taking the camera over a puddle, and there's like a city by it or something.
Yeah. And then it's like him being huge, like falling into.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly what it is, but that's a great video.
Yeah, that is cool. I don't remember what it's called.
I think Coldplay must do a lot of really good videos.
Well, kind of like OK Go. Their videos are so involved. You know, like with the treadmills, and the one where they have like the paint, you know, and the one on the airplane, and they're like slamming their laptops, and then I think it's one of those maybe jets that go up and down, and then they lose gravity or whatever. They do really good, but their songs are also really great. I think the lead singer's voice is great. Anyway, other honorable mentions, Bjork, Venus as a Boy, I think partly because I heard that on The Professional with Gary Oldman, Natalie Portman, and John Reno, and it just really works well in that film, but it's a great song. LaRue, Armor Love, I can't say anything else, it's just a great song. Garth Brooks, To Make You Feel My Love, I always like sending that one to you because it describes my love for you.
Garth Brooks.
Hey, he did a lot of great music.
I know, but
he's a bit of a tool, but he did a lot of great music.
He's just such a ham. He's such a ham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I like Sia's Elastic Heart, because I liked also the video of Shia LaBeouf and the little girl who she always... Anyway, it's just a great song. She has a great voice. So, not super original, but don't fucking care. I like it. And what about you? Any honorable mentions?
Nobody was saying...
Oh, they were. I hear them.
Okay.
I can hear you judging me. I didn't put Pink Floyd on there. But anyway.
Good grief. I'm never going to live that down.
Batman. Do you have any honorable mentions? What about Jack Stauber?
Jack Stauber's nice. I don't know.
Okay. You don't have to. We can wrap it up.
Yeah, Fart Barf is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think I would like them, but I do.
Game Grumps, Dan from Game Grumps mentioned them.
Say his full name.
Dan
please.
Avedon.
No. His stage name.
Danny Sexbang?
Yeah.
From Sex Grumps.
From Sex and the City.
From Ninja Sex Party. Or Game Grumps.
Yeah.
Mentions Fart Barf. And they're pretty cool.
He mentions them in a Game Grumps episode? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they're a cool band. They have real instruments and a keyboardist that has...
Real instruments?
They play real instruments.
As opposed to...
I don't know, as opposed to all synth.
Okay.
So, but their keyboardist, I think, has this voice to key type thing. I'm not really sure.
So does it make it sound like a voice, or makes it sound like a voice to a key?
It makes it sound like a voice to a key, I think.
Okay.
I think he does at least. I might be thinking of something else. Never mind. Anyway, they're cool.
Withdraw everything I just said. Yeah, just basically Google them and listen to their stuff.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sure there's stuff we missed, but it was just kind of a fun topic.
There's so much good music out there. And
I feel like I don't get into it or appreciate it as much because it's a lot of the stuff I listen to is kind of mindless because I'm working, because I can't concentrate if I'm listening to really good music, or I'm going to be like constantly messing with my playlist. And so it's kind of like the reason that I don't like explore with like new foods or new restaurants is it's kind of a distraction, and it's a lot of money, and it'll make me fat. But well, music's not going to make you fat, but it's kind of a distraction, and that's a horrible thing to say. So I haven't really been exploring like new music.
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of stuck in my nostalgic stuff.
It really kind of sucks to be in that, because once you start listening to more new stuff, it's pretty amazing, because there's so many good things out there.
Well, there was stuff prompted by just listening to Jack Stauber, and then a couple other songs came on. I was like, damn, that's really good. What was the guy who sounded like a old-timey blues? What show were we,
I don't remember.
or movie were we watching? And I said, oh, this band is awesome, and they're like current, but they sound like they're from the 60s, like some kind of bluesy.
I don't remember. Was it from a show?
Yeah, or a movie. And the music was just, okay, it wasn't Wild Bill. It wasn't the New Zealand movie. What the hell was it? Ah, damn it.
And there was the band that, one of the musicians that Thought Sponge had mentioned was Cosmo Sheldrake, which is pretty interesting. I had never heard of him. He has songs with like birds. Birds tweeting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We'll have to give that a listen.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, I think we can link all of these, right, in our description, because you guys should check them out. And then we love to get recommendations, and maybe I'll try to broaden my musical horizons some more. I just can't do it while I'm working because it's distracting. Because then I want to sing along, or like the songs are like 3 minutes, and then I'm like, oh, I don't like this one. I have to skip to the next one.
You could put on like a playlist. Put on a playlist of some new band, and then just, if one sticks out to you.
Excuse me.
If one.
Yeah. I think though, if I'm working, I have to have like a kind of white noise or something I've listened to a million times that like I don't, like.
I think because you have to type with your job.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That could be why.
That's probably why.
So if those song words are going to be making their way into my like emails and stuff? That's
how it is with me. If I'm listening to music with lyrics, I can't email clients.
That's funny.
Yeah. But I can do art with any kind of music or anything going. TV shows, whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's just when there's words involved. It's like, what? I can't handle this.
Don't be throwing words at me when I'm trying to words.
Exactly.
I gotcha. All right,
it's
cool.
Like when you're on the phone and somebody's trying to talk to you. You know that?
I don't do that. Don't look at me like I do.
know you don't do that.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. So, yeah, let us know if you have any recommendations or what you think of our recommendations. And if you don't like them, we don't want to hear about it. Okay, bye. Love you.
Bye.